Can anyone even see this? Is this even live? Because I had to end the other stream. And when you end other streams, you can actually go to the Mitch Ray live channel because it'll be showing the old replay still. Welcome to YouTube. Yeah, they're not a good streaming platform, but whatever. Again, I have no idea if I'm even live. I mean, oh my god, dude. YouTube, yeah, you can see it now. But I fear that there are going to be many people that are just sitting there and they have no idea I'm live again. Right? Hold on. Alright, I see y'all typing to me. Hold on a sec. Dang, man. It's like, you know, that song I played was like released today. It's like a brand new song by Tycho called No Stress. Ironically, right? No stress, ironically, the day the stock market hits all-time highs. Ironically, the day that my internet decides to just completely crap out and be fine after the song plays. Dude, I mean, sometimes the universe is working against you. And I keep going to YouTube Live and I can't pull up chat. Okay, I think that's it. All right, here we go. So the new one. Sorry, man. Not like anything I can do about this, dude. It's just like, welcome to complex streaming where 50,000 things can go wrong, any one at any time. So, starting the stream with the S&P 500, right? The phase 1 deal. President Trump, the United States and China. They came to some sort of agreement, so that's I don't know if President Trump has signed it yet, but it was us all but awaiting his signature. And you know, just talking about it for a minute, just really some of the details. It's like he signed off on that. It averted the December 15th introduction of a new wave of U.S. tariffs on about $160 billion of consumer goods. The deal presented to Trump by trade advisors Thursday included a promise by the Chinese to buy more U.S. agricultural goods. That's good. Officials also discussed the possible reduction of existing duties on Chinese products. The terms have been agreed, but the legal text has not been finalized, like I was just saying. So that's kind of what's going on. And obviously the stock market responded today resoundingly across the board. Many 52-week highs, all-time highs, but just for the collective ATH, you gotta love it, man. And then you've got just news coming in about an hour ago that Britain has spoken. Boris Johnson, right? He will be their next was it Prime Minister? Oh yeah, that so that's making the British pound go insane, right? And it's actually something technical has happened that's pretty significant on the Great Britain pound. Go all the way back to 2014 on this currency. All right, way back here, from this high to the next high, you've broken it. So momentum shifting. Crazy daily, weekly double bottom, and you've broken overhead resistance, which is also very important, that 133 area. So eventually you'd think that, look left, support, resistance area, that'd be a good target. Maybe before reversal, you just think about your kind of range bound between the neckline of the potential double bottom and the bottoms themselves, right? So there's lots of upside potential. on this extremely big catalyst for the British pound. So I mean, like today, say what you want, but if you remember the feelings and just the overall market euphoria was like November of 2016, like over 3 years ago. Do you remember? That's what's going on right now with everything. It's been beautiful, man. All right, so going back to Bitcoin, or just going to Bitcoin for the first time, actually, because it is nothing to talk about with Bitcoin at all, dudes. Sorry, this is loud. No, it's not loud on my side. Sorry, everything got discombobulated with the internet screwing up at the worst time. Okay. Good, you're looking here, you're listening. So Bitcoin, nothing. 71.95. Just sitting at the same price it was at in late November. Right, November 22nd, same price as today. Great, dude. Right? Like, I just don't see how you know, actually take trading seriously if you're just looking at Bitcoin and you're not looking at other markets that we just talked about were extremely important. So many good things, so many big things have happened today, and it has nothing to do with crypto, right? So Oracle missed on earnings. If you noticed my VR headset on the starting soon screen, pretty cool. Facebook's down pretty hard. I don't know. It might have been news driven, the catalyst, but it was at the 786. It double topped at a PCZ of a bearish cipher pattern. So we can look at that in a second, just after briefly talking about this, which is Bitcoin. You know, it's like you're below critical supports, right? Right there, 7,400. You're below it. Not on the weekly, just the daily. Floating in between. Let's go, man. Hype in the chat. Bruh.
Bullish eggplant tipped $59.58. Hyped a new record highs. Kings.
Hype, indeed. This is an all-time highs beer, okay? A portfolio boomer day, all right? Thank you, Bullish Eggplant Probst, for the 59.58. Okay, the Dallas Cowboy star in the jar. Holy crap, man. Thank you, dude. Patreon night tonight, too, so this party might be getting lit. I don't know, but then tomorrow, right? If you don't know and you're watching this right now, you don't want to miss tomorrow's show. I put into the development of tomorrow's stream, and it will be something I'll be doing way more regularly. Dude, it is the coolest thing ever. No one, I don't think anyone's ever done this in the history of live streaming, what I'm doing tomorrow. Okay, the way I have implemented multiple overlays into something. Okay. So history in the making tomorrow. Don't miss it. You want the go? Yeah, goes in the chat for FYX. Who lost like I think 50% of his portfolio overnight on puts of on Ulta calls or something, right? You thought Ulta was going to go up on earnings. You bought the contracts and then got wrecked. So rip on that. But hey, man, maybe that should teach you about positioning your or position sizing. It's very important. It's as important as every other thing included. Okay. So and I don't even think the technicals were going well on Ulta at the time, as someone was saying when you were posting this stuff. You know, it wasn't even like you were trading the earnings based on an argument with technical analysis, right? I think there was like maybe bearish divergence going on Ulta. So yeah, Guz for you, dude. Oh, Lulu. Sorry, not Ulta. You know, Frou-Frou. Rimon. Yeah, well, I mean, what do you do? Like Bank of America, yeah, it was at a 1618 and blew up today to the upside. Why, man? The macro is too strong. Like I mentioned in Patreon, I got out of keys, or like 85% of my position in keys yesterday took profit from the top of the wedge. It pivoted it was pivoting at the bottom, and just so happened, like, yeah, you get hit in the face with a brick on some of these short positions when something that's been keeping the market down for so long, which is this whole trade war thing, has now, like, oh my God, they're finally coming to agreements more. So, you know, think about like semiconductors. I mean, they would have been hit so hard on this on a trade war, but AMD less than $1 away from 2007 highs. Are you kidding me? But yeah, let's talk more about Bitcoin doing absolutely nothing for like 20 days.
Is that a joint?
King's buddy. Great past 48 hours.
Yes, absolutely. On the stock market, it has been stupendous, man. And how about Halliburton? Halliburton's up over 15% in 4 trading days. And that's where we entered. But let's look at AMD real quick. Oh my God, it kept going. It's up 8%. I was looking at it, was at 6.5%. Ended the day 7.9% up. If you understand, look left. I'm talking really look left. AMD 4277. Just look no further than 2007, man. Here it is. Here it effing is. And today on the close, you had the highest candle high close you had seen since the year 2000. Maybe 2001 on the way down. No, still 2000, right? No gaps. That was actually arguably the gap, but I think you filled that in 2007. No, maybe not. Yeah, so maybe finally a candle high close gap fill from 2000 today, because you maybe hit it on the wick, but you didn't close with a candle there. So if you break 4277, you realize all-time highs is at 4851, and you have to go back to July of 2000 to see it. You want to see that chart? Go tripping through time. Parabola. Straight up, man. You want to look at some double head and shoulders. Look at left shoulder, kind of a double head, and then a right shoulder with a slanted neckline. Destroyed. So I'll just tell you, man. I mean, that's great news, man. For something that, I mean, since I've been looking at charts, AMD's been one of them. I remember like AMD being at like $2.50, less than $5, man. I remember it getting relisted to the S&P 500 on the way back, man. It's just great news. So Lusa Su Bay, hype for her, really. Stock market FOMO at the top. I mean, is it? We've been consolidating for like 2 years plus, man, on the S&P. Really? You go market expansion, consolidation, correction, recession, then you market expand again. Right? That's the way it's been going for a really long time, right? I mean, it's like, look, dude, from 2018 when we had our buying climax, and then we went up 2%. We made all-time highs, but only by 2%. And then we did, again, we reached it, you know, from October, September 2018 to April 2019. Then you finally made all-time highs, but only like 2%. And now you've broken out way more resoundingly. And something on the weekly to see, a big upsloping resistance was broken. Look at that, man. Are you kidding me? Now you're getting close to overbought, but the good news is there is no bearish divergence going on. Not really. You can't call this high to this high bearish divergence. I'm sorry, the bearish divergence was a high and then the slightly higher high, and that played out. Look what, but you're too bullish. Look, you ran down to touch that 200-week moving average before a V-shaped recovery rally, and now we have a broadening top breakout. And broadening tops, man, if you just talk about measured moves of patterns, like Bulkowski would, right? $581 measured move from a breakout. I mean, it seems crazy now. It seems insane right now. But an all-time high or a measured move of this broadening top pattern puts you at all-time highs 36.26. Seems ludicrous now. But again, after this much consolidation, we're now breaking out. Okay. For real. Probe says Hal has been insane. AMD even higher and after hours, which don't really matter and are extremely stupid to trade. Yeah. Nvidia alert went off. Oh my god, Nvidia. Hey, going for a gap fill on Nvidia. Activision, insane. I mean, it's like, how can you just not be extremely euphoric? I mean, you won't be euphoric if you're not participating in this market. That's the only way. Okay. Is there any money to be made? Or is this the Christmas party, Michael Utu? Well, we, worked our butt off, and we've been analyzing over and over and over, and finally now, big news-driven catalysts are driving this market higher. Okay, so, whatever. Very good stuff. All right. So you were talking about, NVIDIA mooning. 3% today. The gap fill 231. Not too far off. Could just keep climbing, man. Now seems like you're diverging. It's just becoming less and less clear now. It's like, I think on the RSI it's really, really clear. But again, looking for that area. That's a short potential reversal, a more major reversal area where you could reverse there and go all the way back down to 192 before bouncing and running again. Okay, look, remember from the blow off top high to the December 2018 low, 61.8% retrace. 61.8% retrace with a gap fill that is confluent with a 1.618. It's less major, but it's just from this B to C. X to A. 1618. It's very strong right there to believe a reversal could happen, but again, overwhelmingly bullish conditions. So, it's not to say that even if it does reverse there, it's not just gonna pull Tesla, reverses just a little bit, 23 to 25% of the way, and then just goes again. All right, just crazy. Okay, people want to look at Tezos. All right, we'll look at crypto. Just in case, chat audits me. Oh, yeah, you looking at crypto still? Yeah, we're looking at some crypto still. Sure, man. Up 10.46%. The only thing that looks like it's on the stock market today is Tezos. Okay, no, I'm sorry. Tomo to the US dollar, whatever that crap is still, right? Tomo's up again, but it's up and down 10, 11% every day. So... yes, Tezos that was developing some sort of consolidation pattern, I think is just convincingly broken out now. It had an upthrust and failed, now rallied. It rallied, kind of fell below. And now I think the next target really for this asset, Tezos, is 188. That is previous 52-week highs, or maybe not previous, I don't know, like this... close to it.
Okay, one more look at the devil stock CVNA. Now more clear bearish divergence coming up on 618 reversal area. Will the macro keep it from turning though?
James V, I don't know. That's one of the small. What the bullish eggplant man? Are you kidding me? Let's go.
Bullish eggplant tipped $100. Hype in the community. Thank you for creating this, brother. Had no one to talk about this stuff 5 years ago. 3600 SPX seems insane, but remember when a 3000 SPX seemed insane?
Certainly so, dude. Certainly so. I mean, blue sky breakout on news, right? There was a catalyst this time. Why were we breaking to all-time highs on the S&P, dude? And thank you, dude. And I'll get more to that. But it's like, why were we, making all-time highs, but only like 2% for the past like couple years, and then dumping again? It's like, what's the market participants, like the market makers, like what's the reason? Like, we're hitting all-time highs, and it's like there's nothing, like all the money, like there was so much money on the sidelines because people were uncertain, like us, like, oh my god, I don't know, man. Is this trade? What's this tariff stuff going on now? Thought he was gonna build a wall or help the economy. I don't know, man. I'm just gonna sit this one out. Now there's a really good catalyst, and then on top of that, you've got the jobs reports, right? 226,000 jobs created in November, and then we're at 3.5% unemployment now. Those things coinciding with a Brexit, or not Brexit, well, that has nothing to do with it really, but with the trade deal, that all very good. Very good, like, catalyst, right? Major catalyst. So, yeah, man. Thank you, dude, for the bullish eggplant. $159.58 on the day.
Bruh.
All world, dude. Yeah, and I mean, me too, dude. Being able to create this community has been such a blessing. Because, like, it was like, I've been doing this for years, and it's like, before I started streaming, it's like I had no one to talk to at all about this stuff. It's just, can't tell your girlfriend, can't tell your friends because they don't really care. You get some of them into it, but, you know, that passion, it does rub off on some, but not many, not most. So thank you, dude. To Carvana, yeah, dude. This one is like probably why my portfolio wasn't even higher, because yeah, it's bad, dude. It's like a rising wedge that makes me feel almost like maybe instead of a wedge, maybe I should plot a channel, parallel channel, and you probably get more accurate. You know what I just did on the S&P with the adjustments there. But yeah, more clear divergence. But my God, dude, it could be much higher by the time the divergence matures. Right? It sucks, dude. It's probably gonna hit 100 now. We're at $97, so $3 off. You know, remember, it's like 91 or 90% of like assets that hit $90 to $91 hit $100. So it's like a wheel spin's chance. Wait, what is it? It's like, I don't know. I'm trying to compare the wheel spin to assets that hit $90 that hit 100. Okay, there's like a, you know, you won't hit the chug if you spin the wheel on any asset hitting $9, whatever. Disco, you want some disco? Wait for tomorrow, dude. I got a disco party room, okay? Dude, we got so much coming. And then there will be so much built off of what is unveiled tomorrow. It's going to be insane, man. You won't believe it. Fed was also dumping money in the market. I don't think they're still doing that, dude. You know, it was like, can't remember how much in a 3-month period. Q3 or whatever was it? Yeah, it was Q3. Like hundreds of billions. Hesitant money. Now, yeah, today, a lot of people that were hesitant today will be like, you know, their guard will be down some more, right? So, yeah, dude, it sucks, right? This is like, yeah, of course, divergence, it could develop and mature tomorrow, but you'd think that it could go much higher, much higher with the macro. If the macro keeps going up, people are talking about futures are up, Carvana could just keep going, man. It seems like this has a very, very high beta. Yeah, it sucks, dude. But that's what happens, man. Overwhelmingly bullish conditions. Be careful with your shorts. Real careful. Even like the legendary ones like Nike hit the target, the first target, not the second, and then broadening bottomed and reversed to the upside. Texas Instruments, same thing with that one. Gap down to targets, and then eventually sellers just couldn't make it go any lower, and then it's starting to blast off the upside again. That's it, man. It's not like you can just ride out a short. You have to like be able to trade the short, and a lot of times the trades will fail too. That's why stop losses, protective stop losses, very important. You can say 85% of assets to break and hold, like 92, hit $100. Yep. Very true, man. What's up, Edwin Moran? I'm sure there are other people that know what they're talking about, but whatever, man. I just something I love, and you know, crypto right now is just like, we could look at it. You want to look at crypto? Was there any other asset that was mentioned that we can look at from TTF? Yeah, so James B, man. Gotta be careful on this one. It does look like it's like developing the cipher, right? X, A, B, C, and then D, right? So you don't want to go any higher than 1.4.
I would have missed the stock market pumps if it wasn't for you. Thanks, Mitch. Can I get a spin?
Bruh.
See, the spin sets me up to get wrecked, man. At least I have that beer still. Since you asked, I guess, man. If you request it, whatever, dude. Since I already have a beer, fine. I'll take a gulp. I'm worried about tomorrow, dude, because tomorrow's gonna be an S show. Like, it's gonna be a legendary stream tomorrow. And you know, you're not supposed to say that as a streamer, but like sometimes when you know the variables that are gonna occur, like when someone's gonna be there and you're doing what you're doing, it reminds me of the and some people remember I had like a Rocky stream against the Drink Troll where it was like my liver versus him, and he just tipped me and I would sip every time he tipped, and I ended up vomiting that night. It's gonna be like that tomorrow. Well, Adrian, dude, I'm glad that you got into the stock market, but you know, I'm not ever trying to create like a FOMO frenzy, but like we've been talking about stocks since I've been creating content, so you know. Okay, let me see what I can do here. And while we're doing that, we can just do this. Like, sweet mother of God. Ascending Triangle Connect on Activision Blizzard. Let's go, dude. Too freaking beautiful. It's like, cup with triangle, man. 1G Project would be proud. Look, dude, we got ourselves a new pattern. It's like a new Pokemon, man. Cup with triangle. What is this? Widgets. I gotta get this implemented on my Stream Deck. I know I can do it. Just to work on it. I'm working on like many other things. Not enough time of the day at all. Let's go to full screen. So. Here you go, Adrian. This one's for you, dude.
Bruh.
Okay, sweet. We're good. It's a gulp. So the consensus on this one for months has been an eventual gap fill. 62.50. We're on our way, man. We're on our way. It's the next target, dude. You're like, right, you close right at...
Can you look at SDC? Somebody mentioned it on Discord today.
SDC? Yeah, Anon, sure. You're just hitting that one candle low close. That's it, dude. Other than that, there's no resistance. You get a little bit more at 60.50. But if we're talking about overhead resistance, there is no overhead resistance really on Activision. There's maybe a little bit 61.27, but that more major one's $66. And that's nearing a golden retrace, the 618, 67.80. Very possible. I could see that too if this market remains extremely bullish. But remember, if you break out of a triangle, it is very common for these triangles to break out and then back test before running again. So if this keeps going up, fills the gap, it could come right back down before going again, unless it fails. Okay, just remember the throwback, pullback. Someone was talking about it the other day, asking what throwback is. It's just like, you know, it's the back test to confirm that the breakout is real to the overall market. That's what that means. That's what it is psychologically. Smile Direct Club. You mean Inverse Smile Direct Club? It should be ISDC. I mean, yeah, I guess divergence. There's like no data. It's like, why do I get in on, why do I want to potentially trade an IPO that IPO'd in September and the overall macro is at all-time highs now, and today, of all days, it actually bearishly engulfed? Who cares about this crap, man? I know there's a wedge probably. Yeah. There's probably a channel. There's probably multiple things you could say is going on right now, but what I think is the most important about this is its performance, even after today. Okay, so yeah, if we're gonna be technical here, we can try to plot a channel, right? We could do, I don't know, man, 1 and 2 here. See, I don't know if I like that as much. Okay, there's the heart line, support, reversal. Okay, so it's almost broken out. Almost looks like a wedge too, right? I guess, right? Kind of like a wedge. And yeah, I think someone probably mentioned it because like low, lower low, lowest low, but we don't know if it's the lowest low yet. What if it's a holding on? It's barely holding on to some support right now. What if it just breaks this, go all the way down to 686, and maybe even lower? You know what I'm saying, man? Or it's just, I don't know, man. I'm not into assets that look like this when the macro is so strong, right? So yeah, it might break to the upside, man. Great. We have no way of knowing if this is even a valid swing low to high to low anchor point. Someone's probably talking about a double bottom too. Yeah, man, maybe a double bottom with the divergence, right? Maybe. But again, you're talking about an overall bearish trend. What do we talk about? When the trend is overall bearish and you're trying to trade bullish patterns and bearish trends, that is like going to the beach, seeing the red flag up and understanding there's an extremely severe undertow, and you're like, nah, I'm going to swim against the undertow. Well, you know how that goes most of the time, right? It's almost impossible, if not impossible, to do that. So have fun with it. Have fun fighting the undertow. Okay. Yeah, Joe. Yeah, man, it's nuts. Did he sign? Is that what you mean, breaking news? Because that news broke a little while ago. A few hours ago. Something. China coin's coming. Why would it not, man? It's very easy. I mean, when you digitize or digitalize your currency, it's very easy to track versus cash, where you can evade taxes. Yeah, Smile Direct Club is option B of the 2 reasons why you take your company public, and that would be to get early investors paid, so they can then once they get paid, they dump. Right? I mean, has the lockout period even ended yet? Does anyone know this? Probst? Okay. That's like almost not even worth it trying to chart because there's just no data. It's like trying to plot an S coin, like from when it just ICO'd or whatever. So, okay. Oh, excuse me. Oh, what? Is it really doing that again? Hold on, I gotta delete this. Friggin' Streamlabs, man. Should be good. What he's saying, Spencer, he's with Adrian as well. He's more into traditional stocks now than Bitcoin. But without Bitcoin, who knows where you'd be? Hey, it's like, dude, it's not like I don't look at Bitcoin every day. I definitely do. But the problem is, like, there are some times, like, when the technical analysis lines up and it looks like there's a reason to go long or short on an asset. But on Bitcoin, there's none right now. Not on the daily. Not on a very significant time scale, which is pretty important. I think looking at the daily is definitely the most reliable way to trade Bitcoin. And on the daily, it's not showing us much of anything. Okay, it could easily go right down to 6,800 again. It could even go to 6,150. I mean, think about what Bitcoin is trying to be. Remember, it's trying to be a hedge against the evil system, the stock market, right? The bankers. Well, guess what? The bad guys are killing it right now. So something that's supposed to be a hedge, even gold's having, it's just chilling, man. Gold's just consolidating, and I think eventually it'll get done consolidating and it'll run and break the 52-week highs again, or 4-year highs, whatever. But it's just not on days like this. Sorry, man. Whale deer, what is it? Whale deer spirits? Yes, King Logan, exactly. Okay, VeChain. We can go to VeChain real quick.
VeChain doing things.
Right, still looking like that double top. Maybe, just maybe, you could be, if you converge here, you might make a higher low. If you get a pivot higher than this one, then you got a potential ascending triangle. Maybe VeChain's trying to take a lesson from Activision Blizzard. that showed a textbook fantastical ascending triangle. Okay. What was it? You think you can just get an easy pass clipping coupons on the stock
Clipping
market?
coupons in the stock market.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Bruh.
Tesla shorts got so right. Well, I mean, Teach, I've said it and I'll say it again. Tesla is notoriously a short graveyard. Many have tried, many have died shorting Tesla. Same with going long too, but yeah, man. Too much demand. That Cybertruck too good. Too many institutions upgrading performance, future performance on Tesla, thinking it should be seeing over $400 a share. It's been consolidating for like 4 years or something. That right-angled and descending broadening formation were on our previous low, major low. We made a partial decline, meaning we failed to hit that bottom trend line again, which is, in Bulkowski terminology, that's a really good thing for an asset. If it ever hits that top resistance on Tesla again, there's a 70% chance, according to the research Bulkowski did on these patterns, that it would break out to the upside. Talking about right here, man. All right, you see the huge pattern. Again, been in development since June 2017. Okay, so whatever, not 4 years, but here it is, right? You had the downsloping support. You almost got there, but failed. And you failed because look left support. It's fine, but that's defined as a partial decline. So if this, it is discussed by Bulkowski, if on the partial decline, the next rally runs and touches the overhead resistance of the pattern, 70% chance it will break to the upside. If it does that, we'll see it at 420.
Is that a joint?
Elon Musk becomes private or something. I think he was on Ambien when he said that, though, right? So he already redacted that, but we're leaving it there for the meme. It's an ancient meme, but it checks out. Okay. Right, look, man, it's like the bat, the 886, the unveiling. It dumped and rounded out. Just the sellers tried so hard. I mean, look at the price action. You know, it's like you dumped and then you gapped up and then you dumped again. It's like, what's going on? And then sideways, bullish engulfing candle. Sideways could never break below 327, 328, and then just off again. And now, 52-week highs. Window pane gap fill 365, like where a wick actually filled it immediately, but not a candle close ever. So almost there, man. Really just $40 away from all-time highs on Tesla. Holy crap. Spencer, welcome back, man. It's an unsustainable drug, okay? The hopium, smoking the hopium with the Moon Boys, it just doesn't last, right? Like the market that Bitcoin went through in 2017 was fake, right? It was just VC money, retail money around the world, everywhere. People were trying to make it happen, and you remember $800 billion plus market cap. We're still struggling at 200 billion. That should show you, like, consistently around 200 billion for a couple years now. So it's just, yeah, dude. And that's the problem, right? That's the worst thing that can happen to you as a trader. It's like you become a new trader and you get sucked into the market because of FOMO. That's the worst thing that can ever happen to you, because then you start trading without a plan, but everything you do works. And so what'll happen is that FOMO market will last long enough to where you develop some really bad habits. And then that FOMO market will end after you develop those bad habits. And then on the way down, you're attempting to do what you did in the scrubby, not very long sustained FOMO run, and you lose everything. And again, having a bad habit sucks, because you'd rather, if you start trading, you'd rather have nothing, no fundamentals, no habits, so you can start fresh. So it's like even worse for someone who gets in on a FOMO market, where most people that are in crypto got in around that time. Heck, man, it got me in for just the crypto world just because of curiosity. It's like, dude, this is insane. This is crazy. It's defying gravity. It doesn't make any sense. And it came back down. It returned to cents. Well, Mr. Grass, I mean, if you learned a valuable lesson, it only costs you $2,500 to learn. So you just, maybe if you've not written down what you learned losing that $2,500, you should do that. And then you can say, hey man, I learned all these things and it only cost me $2,500, right? Aren't some people's trading courses like that a month or something stupid? So engine looks prime for liftoff. Well, it did. It did lift off on a news-driven event. Did I forget something? No, I think we're good. Okay, so Tesla, man, beautiful. Unveiling that Model Y Q1, I think, of 2020. So let's go. The Y-Wing. Hype. Oh, Ethereum Classic's at 1.3%. Okay, this is the one that like looks decent. If it wasn't crypto, and we don't know about crypto, if the whatever, right? Bitcoin just dumps. Ethereum Classic's done for. But like, if you look at, hey man, this is like Forex or the stock market, an asset that had been beaten down and it's near like the 88%, 95% retrace levels, value areas. I mean, these are value, like here. But again, it's crypto, so it might be different. Because all I'm trying to apply technical analysis that was researched for over 100 years. You know, I learned that in the stock market, trying to apply it here. So if this was the bottom, which we have no idea, a retrace could be between 595 and 744. That's it. That's right, Jeff.
Is that a joint?
Diversify. Yes, sir.
Appreciate all you do, man.
Hey, Gavin Grub, man. What's up, dude? Thanks so much for the 420. Thank you, dude. And good luck against Ohio State. That's going to be a seriously good game. Hopefully one of the best games of the year. Oh yeah, coffee and beer. The best. You have a Galaxy S10, always struggle to hear me at max volume. Is it just you? Everything else is loud? Really? I feel like I've been talking pretty loud into the microphone. Even with the audio, it's not even 30 decibels. Can someone else tell me? Because that's concerning. Mitch, I want you to know that there are a ton of us who appreciate you never shilling anything and always bring sober sense to the conversation. Sometimes I bring drunk sense to the conversation. Okay, sometimes. But never, ever, drunk or sober, shilling. Okay. Thank you, Danny, man, for the kind words. You just don't know, man. You just don't know. Like, sometimes you have good days and bad days, all right? And it's like, hey, man, my portfolio was up a lot yesterday. But then you go live, and then it's like very low attendance. And, you know, I actually lost my composure a little bit yesterday. Took the stream down, made it private. And it's just like, everyone has bad days. Okay? So trying to, and the beauty of the West, or just freedom, is like you can go to bed and wake up the next day and start over and try again. So I'm trying again, right? Sound is good. Awesome, man. Digging the music, though. All right, you're talking about engine, could be pumped. Okay, so ETC, you get it. Hey, the mentality I'm using is a little different, but about the same. With oil and cyclicals that have been beaten down, and a lot are near 2008 lows. They're like 88%, 90% retraces. Value, right? Just using the same methodology there as I am here. So could be ready, but it won't matter if Bitcoin dumps at all. Bitcoin pumps, yeah, you might have a chance. Okay, what was I about to look at? Tesla's again. Tesla's still going, yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna look at Engine Coin. We'll look at Engine Coin. Yeah, it's still going, chat. Near its highest high of the day. Does seem likely that you would see $1.88 soon. 186, right? That's your May 19th high. It's coming, man. Yeah, you're overbought, but the divergence doesn't seem real at all anymore. Like you ain't got. Sorry, you don't have any divergence. That ain't coming out of me. Huh. Wow, it's pretty range though. Really pretty range on KDMN. Yeah, we'll look at it after Engine. Sure. Yeah, cyclicals for a reason. But yeah, man, it's just too long now. And finally at the areas. And if you got some technical analysis behind, you know, that like if you had weekly divergence, like Halliburton had weekly and daily divergence at the same time at a 1272 fib extension from its previous low to high, and from its 2008 low to its highest high, 88%. Crazy, man. All right, let it Brett. Sorry to hear that about the bonuses on your CEO. Tell him we're mad. Okay. Let's add an alert for the memes. If we hear the beep on Tezos, it's going even crazier. All right. Yeah, crazy how company can be screwing people on bonuses with like what's going on. I don't know, the overall economy. Supposed to be good. Engine. All right, this one was that unconventional, the 886, where it had like quad bottomed, triple bottom down here. And then that, of course, right after the breakout, the real breakout of the downsloping resistance. It just so happens, conveniently, that news came out on the Microsoft Pilot with Engine. Okay, so Engine went up, and when we were up, it's like there's definitely a chance because you're so overbought, you'd pull back. And it just wouldn't make sense to not at least come back down to 70 or to 7 pennies, right? Because of just all the overwhelming amounts of support here, and here, all over, right? So it did do that, and when it did that, it broke the upside. It bullishly engulfed yesterday, today indecision, and look at that 200-day moving average, how your price action is correlating with it. You were not above it, you were still below it. So if it's to make a common retrace that you would see on a traditional market, at this point, you'd be looking for 12.69 cents to 17.5 cents. That hadn't changed. It's all the same. Same analysis. Okay? Jacob is freaking tough, man, right? It's just like you dumped like you thought you would, but it retraced 23%, right? Once it did that 23% retrace, 236, it reversed. And how we talk about the 236, it's like if the asset is just too weak at the 23% retrace and there's just no demand, you do sometimes reverse majorly to the downside there. And also vice versa, right? Where demand is just too great at a 23% retrace and you bounce resoundingly to higher highs. It happens. And it could happen on the Qs and it could happen on the S&P, right? Just, yeah, it depends. But everything's just so like euphoric. All the news, everything coming out. That is a lie. You shill common sense, technical analysis, harmonics, risk management. Yeah, the thing is though, shill is if you don't know, it's pejorative connotation. It's a negative. Actually, it's not just negative connotation, it's a negative denotation, right? It's actually defined negatively, pushing like a scam, peddling a scam. So yeah, unfortunately, not to be a grammar Nazi, but actually I don't shill that any. I advocate for those things, right? Just saying, man. Do I remember those days, Pablo, when people asking me 20 times a day about Tron Connect and Neo? It's Tron Connect and Verge, dude. And then I remember all the clickbait titles and the thumbnails. Tron and Verge, the coins, the main coins of 2018. Yeah, dude, sure. So Kobayashi. Oh, I mean, Quan, dude, hold on. I gotta give you Alright, I mean, next time you say something, good things will happen, okay? I think you were in the purge, but you have been around forever. Forever, dude. I've been chat for me. Okay, so that's engine. No analysis changed. You better rally. You better rally hard. And I think, you know, you had the impulse, you retraced, and now you're attempting your rally. Will it be a lower high, a higher high, or double top? You made a higher high, you could easily see the 382. Okay, we can go to KDMN. Someone's requesting. Great range-bound asset that is getting near and near lower risk short entry because he was saying he wants to short it. A huge, huge bearish engulfing candle today. Super gnarly. Let's just zoom in and look at it. Look here, listen. Super sexual with the bearish divergence. So he's like looking to short it tomorrow. I mean, that kind of stuff there is very nice. Just the macro sucks. 2.72 million volume. All right, look here, listen. Oops, sorry. Do one right there. So you can see like there was a nice line, and you know, look at the correlation, right? You fell below it, then double bottom down here, but you got back, you sprung, right? Here's a textbook spring. Fell below critical ice line, but the sellers were just too exhausted in the end, and there ended up being MACD bullish divergence. Double bottomed, rallied, and then you sold off to back test the spring. Right, you back tested it as support, and then you were gone. Beautiful Wyckoff, we love you. We need a Wyckoff day. But 586 is the top of the range, but it may be over. Just based on, look at the variables going on. It's only on the MACD though. So I mean, it would be weird if the bearish engulfing with the bearish divergence just like reverse tomorrow. I get that why that you're trying to play a Japanese candlestick with divergence. Okay, good. So you go your high to low. Where are we at? 8. Oh my God! See, it's like the 886. You ran up and touched the Mariana Trench retrace and then reversed. Wow. So people had short entries at 537, didn't they? So yeah, this could be the reversal area. It could be it, man. That is where you see assets reverse all the time, the upside and downside. Okay. You have some Verge screenshots, dude? Let's go. What's up, Elemental P? Mr. Chargers. Yep, they partnered with Pornhub, and that was it. I mean, it was over after that. I remember we were here when it happened. But remember that daily, I think it was the 4-hour golden cross on Verge manifested into like it tripling in value leading up to that Pornhub announcement, and then it was all over. It was done. Never again. What's so many people asking about KDNN? Probably the technicals, right? I think you have a range, and you hit the deep part of the range and the bearish engulfing with the divergence. So if that happened, right, you would easily just... If you're looking for targets, you go from the low point to the potential anchor high point, which we don't know yet. But if it did retrace, you're looking between $3.06 to $3.94. These are your targets to cover your short. If it was to get down there, right? I mean, that's... Look at gap fill. Here's a gap fill. Probes, look at that, dude. Gap fill at $3.06. That's quite reasonable to think, maybe, if it retraced. Gap fill right there. Not bad, dude. Good request. From... crap. Good request from Crypto Boy. Okay. I think someone else did ask for it too. How do you shrink the graph vertically like I see you do? Shrink it vertically? You just click on the numbers over here and scale. You click and hold and pull down, pull up. Hold it though. Okay, does that help? Does that answer your question, Danny? By the way, look on the 8s. Oh my God.
Bruh.
Let's go to Bitcoin again. Daily candle closed, a new one's opened, and you can't even tell. It's just like falling asleep, looking at Bitcoin, when there's just so much other stuff going on across the world and other markets. Okay. Victory beer chat. Victory beers are the best beers. Okay. So again, if you're below 7,400, you'd think in time you would see 68 again, 6,800 again. That seems very reasonable to believe, unless you just somehow hold 7,070. If you don't hold 7,070, you're going down to 6,850. You don't hold 6,850 to 6,750, you're going down to 6,150. It's that simple. Right, good luck. Try to get back above 7,400, but for now, you are below a critical area. That was once a support, is now resistance. Okay? Donikins, thanks for tuning in, man. What does look on the 8s mean? It's 7 o'clock. Yeah, it's look on the 8s is, so if you're in the United States, there's something called the Weather Channel. And the Weather Channel has something called the local on the 8s. So I've ripped it off, but you know, I mean, whatever, dude. I grew up with the Weather Channel. My uncle used to be a OG weatherman on the Weather Channel. Okay, so anyway, it's like every 8s, right? Like 608, 618, 628, 38, 48, 58. The local on the 8s occurs, and it shows you your local forecast instead of a commercial, right? So you can, okay, you're watching whatever coverage it has, that's the local on the 8s. And so we just ripped it off, and every, right, 2 minutes before the top of the hour, we just do the local on the 8s. That's what it is. What's up, Aaron Morgan? No, I don't think that makes you stupid, Jean-Francois, for asking that question. It's a completely normal question, dude. I mean, any question you ask, if you're afraid to ask a question to the teacher or whatever, whoever's like, you're asking, if you're scared, that's a terrible teacher. That's not a good teacher, right? You shouldn't ever be like worried about asking a question. Now, I get it, like, right, can you look at this S coin on CoinMarketCap? Well, what do you want me to do with it? Like, I can't really do technical analysis on it, so. Bam, urgent, real time Bitcoin forecast, 80,000 or 300. Jeez, dude, people getting desperate for views. Desperate. What's up, John Coffee, man? Hey, I'm drinking you right now in a non-sexual way. Okay.
Oh, it feels so good!
Bruh.
How it go, Ben Smith? How it go with you? Bitcoin doing nothing. Again, the critical areas. 7,400. 6,800. 6,150. 8,500. Those are it. There's like 4 major ones. That's what all you need to know. Right? And we're just crapping around in between 2 of them. Okay, very low liquidity and volatility. Look at the volume receding. Does seem like soon, I guess because the volume keeps receding like this, it's the calm before the storm going on. We might very well see a big move the upside downside. The lower this volume goes, the closer it gets to zero. After it just keeps going down like that. Yeah, you'll eventually get a big volume candle soon to the upside or downside. Okay. That's all I can tell you, man. Danielle, what you talking about? Set music. It's just progressive house. It's like melodic beach adventure music. We are on a crypto. Well, it's really just a technical analysis adventure. Damn, I could go to the bathroom. I'm drinking too much coffee and beer at the same time. You think we can break the resistance? The longs are huge. Yeah, you're talking about the Bitcoin shorts chart, dude, but I would hold that with a grain of salt or whatever, because you have to understand this market is not all in-house, right? They can be like monitored. Remember, most of the trading done is not through exchanges, it is OTC. So just knowing that, you should know how erroneous or unreliable this type of chart is going to be for you to come to a conclusion on where we're going. And just because maybe it pumps now doesn't mean that in the future when it's like this, it's going to do the same thing, right? It's just, yeah, Bitcoin longs are technically right now at all-time highs, and it's happened today. Today is the day. The last time we were this high was March of 2018. Okay, so continuing to climb, like as I speak, just pumped again, not pumped, but ticked up. 41,043. What a chart to leave you with while I go to the bathroom. I'll be right back, okay? Hang tight. Yeah, I'll try to look at QRL. Hopefully that's not Oyster Coin. If it is, I'm gonna lose my mind. US Steel, baby. Yeah, the divergence is definitely there on US Steel. Hold on. Alright, I'm back. Sorry. Yeah, number of longs, whatever. It's the number of leveraged longs. So it's just you're using a variable that doesn't, like, you know, if you develop a trading plan, a strategy, it shouldn't change because of Bitcoin. And then it really shouldn't change because you're looking at something like this, dude. Is there any bullish divergence on Bitcoin on the daily? No? I mean, then, okay, then I'm not really that...
Is that a joint?
Big on it, man. I'm not, like, until I see that.
Thanks for all the streams, bro. Can't wait for tomorrow's stream.
Thank you, Matt, for the 420. Why does this look so stupid today? It's like it's so weird. It's such a scrubby Santa hat, dude. This is like the scrubbiest Santa hat I've ever seen. Yeah, the stream tomorrow will be incredible. I just can't wait, man. I seriously was like, man, I wish today was Friday for that stream. So, yep, good luck, Bitcoin. Just keep going. Just keep pumping. It doesn't mean anything, right? Doesn't mean crap. Like February of 2019, it hit its highest level too, but that was like the spot price was pumping too. I think that was the top before it sold off, and then we consolidated for like a month, and then April came around, and then we blasted off again. And look what happened in April when we blasted off again. It was doing nothing. Like a ascending triangle, man. Whatever. Anyway, so we're looking at it. Like, dude, there's just... You're asking me about something that you probably shouldn't even be looking at, dude. Okay, QRL. Right, it's quantum resistant ledger to the US dollar. Like, dude. Really? Like, it's... What is the liquidity on this? There's no one even making a market, most likely. It's pump and dump scheme. It's nothing, dude. Like, if you want to throw your money away at this thing, thinking it might do this again, it's just going to return back. Who cares, dude? I would just forget about it. Okay, forget about it and look for something that has some history. Maybe it could be regulated, you know, it's on the stock market. Maybe it's showing a traditional pattern. Maybe it's in an uptrend. You know, many things you could do. This is doing like none of what I just said. Okay, so good luck. I'm not gonna, you know, I don't really care. Like, you're below a critical support. It's just like whatever, man. You only think Bitcoin should be traded once we break upwards or downwards? Sure. Again, like, it breaking downwards is going to give me divergence. It breaking to the upside lets me know that we're making a more common retrace to the 50% 618 from the previous high. Okay, then it can still reverse majorly the downside. At the end of the day, though, Bitcoin is just an asset to me if I'm talking about trading. I hold Bitcoin long. I hold crypto long. Okay, that's not the same thing as me trading. Like, I'm not going to, like, just swing trade Bitcoin for no reason. Like, I need to have an argument. I don't have any argument right now on Bitcoin on why it would blast off to the upside. Not yet, anyway. Waiting for that reason. Okay, just like Bitcoin's bullish Gartley, 33.43. There were many reasons at the end. In the end, weekly divergence, bullish convergence on the daily, 78% retrace from its previous low to high. I think there's 4-hour divergence, a falling wedge, the Gartley, everything. Right, all made a huge argument for why I'd break to the upside. Here, I don't have any of that. When we even created that double bottom this summer, I had many reasons. We had hidden bullish divergence on the daily. We had 4-hour bullish divergence on the weekly. I think, or not the weekly, but we had 4-hour bullish divergence on the MACD. The RSI was showing some sort of hit some classic divergence too. Many reasons, right? I had an argument and it broke to the upside, but it did not at all hit targets, like talking about measure moves. That was when it just made a lower high and dumped again. So what's up, Sergio, man? Do I think we'll see 50,000 Bitcoin? Chris, I don't know. How many people are going to tell you that they create content that are live streaming, and you ask them, they're going to say, yeah, probably, or no, not at all. I don't know. You think if it follows its historical trend, yeah, in time, but I have no idea when. We could see 4,400 again before we see 80K, 50K, whatever these people are predicting, or for clickbait. All right. And that's why I hold it long. I don't really care what happens to that money that is Bitcoin. It can go up, down. I'm chill. I'll die with some Bitcoin. Okay. Okay, let's look at Halliburton. Freaking Kang, dude. Closed the day 3.93%. It was up a little bit more. Closed near the high of the day. Traded this one on the weekly. Didn't even take the trade on the daily. It was the weekly. It was the Class A bullish divergence on the MACD and the RSI. Where? From your 2008 low to high. 88% retrace. Value. Welcome to value. When you show an 88% retrace, and at the same time you show the 88% retrace, you're also looking at divergence. And then you go from your previous low to major high, and you see that we have a 1272. 1272 fib extension that is confluent with a low to high 88% retrace with the divergence. Welcome to having an argument with the pattern, the XABCD. There was an argument to be made on why I took a trade, on why patrons took the trade, right? You get that, right? You can't just be like, I'm going to buy something and not express an argument in this channel, in this community, right? If you can't express an argument with technical analysis, then maybe you don't want to trade it at all, okay? Ray-Ban sunglasses, nice one, anonymous. You know what's funny? So there's, like, if you do this, you can hear that. It's loud and obnoxious, but in order for me to not do that when I set my drink down, I've got like a Ray-Ban thing, cleaner, lens cleaner to deafen when I put it down. The mug or Pilsner glass, whatever you want to call it. Dang, man, I thought we'd be more hyped than this. Well, I know Probes is hype. Maybe a couple, like a handful more hyped about the stock market. Mostly it's about the same as it is every day, with crypto being so just asleep, right? Been live now 1 hour and 12 minutes. If you, I mean, I don't even care if you hit the like button, bell, sub anymore. It's like whatever now. Okay, literally, I don't even care. So Halliburton, what was the other one? Oh, NOV Energy. Let me show you. All right, first off, weekly. Wouldn't even look at the weekly inverse head and shoulders. You can clearly see it, but that inverse head and shoulders has turned into what? It's turned into a freaking ascending triangle. Okay, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Now higher lows, sell wall. Okay, ascending triangle at what? 88%. No, really like a 95% retrace, dude. Big sell wall. If you break that, you're off. Well, if the accumulation is signifying anything, that you should break. So again, what was going on? Low, lower low. Beautiful weekly bullish divergence was going on NOV. Same thing on the RSI. So that was great. Great things look. I mean, that's exactly what you want to see. Oops. Okay, then we go to the daily. So great stuff. The weekly looked very, very primed. Now the daily. There was already daily divergence that coincided with the weekly divergence. Anytime you get weekly bullish divergence and then you go to the daily and in the same spot you also have divergence, dude, take heed of that. That's an extremely strong signal, buying signal, okay? Extremely strong. So what was it doing in the end? It was creating a falling wedge after a huge impulse down. And then what happened? You broke out, and now again that ascending triangle is in development with higher lows accumulation with the sell wall. And once all these sell orders get filled, there may not be any more supply at this price. There may only be supply at much higher prices, and that is how ascending triangles psychologically work. You could get a big move to the upside on NOV cyclicals, reaching 2008 levels again, man. Welcome back. It's a very rare thing. It doesn't last long, right? In 10 years, you're back to the same price, but in that 10-year period, you had not been at that level. You've been working your way, chopping around, and you finally are back. Dang, dude, blessing for value. Okay. The XTZ has not made the alert go off, so it isn't going that crazy. Also, Mr. Eggplant.
Bruh.
Bullish, eggplant, tip $31.68, I'm hyped as hell, listening while trading the pound in foreign indices. Jake's along the Hang Seng right now. Cheers to $3,168 SPX.
Hang Seng, man. Well, thank you for being hyped, Mr. Eggplant. Thank you for being hyped. You and a few others, and me. It is extremely exciting times. Okay. It looks like a glob. What are you talking about, dude? Look at a glob, man. Dude, this thing looks ready. It looks like ready for a reversal. So thank you, dude, for the 191.26. Probe, should I spin the wheel, or should I just get off the stream? What should I do, man? I'll literally let it be your choice because you've tipped me nearly $200 in this stream. You can decide if I wheel spin or get off stream. Okay, so go ahead and make your decision for the audience. All right. Way more hype. No, there is not that much hype for XTZ. I mean, besides a few people saying XTZ, yeah, we look at it and doesn't do anything. I mean, like, you know, most people in crypto don't even know what XTZ is. Oh, Globant stock. Gotcha, dude. Ticker. It's a glob, man. Oh, go figure. Jonathan Taylor was awarded the Doak Walker Award. Dude. Yes, he was definitely the best running back in the country this year, for sure, hands down. Great draft pick, he'll be. Okay, so Nove. Oh, another one, when I made fun of crypto in a way by saying, hey man, you're looking at Bitcoin, it's doing nothing, and you're obsessed with it. But then I went to this one, and I'm like, huh, but you got this one that's like kind of like false breaking out of a wedge. That was showing all this divergence, okay, nearing it again, the same thing, right? Back to 2009 levels, right? Hitting that support and springing back up. This is Carrizo Oil and Gas, falling wedge, and now you've broken out and you've bullishly engulfed today, almost with a bullish Marabazoo, and you're not overbought. You get it, man? It's beautiful, like opportunity. Gee, I sure wish Bitcoin was doing something with opportunities so people would be hyped. Hold the wheel spins for 9. Okay, dude. Will do. I will wait. Dude, Sharuba, it's like most of the people you're talking about don't give a living crap about trading. They don't care. They don't have any respect for technical analysis. Those are the people. That's the high majority of people, Sharuba. That is why. No respect. Okay. They don't care about trading. They don't care about investing in themselves to learn trading. That's what this channel is really all about. Yeah, and I cover the price action live too. But when the price action live isn't big, huge green candles, then no one cares. No one cares that doesn't care about TA. So that's what it is. All right. So let's just come back tonight. It's Patreon night, so want to hang out. We'll be partying, I guess, for the stock market, man. But if you aren't hyped about the stock market, making all-time highs today, the deal, the China deal, phase 1, you maybe need to reevaluate what you get hyped about, man. What you get like cranked up for. If you're just stuck with Bitcoin, dude, it's like 11 years old, man. It's like you're hitching your ride to something with lacking tons of history. Okay. So I'll just be back. Dude, thanks, pros, for the 200s. I'll be back tonight, 11 Eastern. Till next time, respect the T. Hey.
JP. I am a robot. I like robots. I have a robot vagina.
Adios, turd nuggets.